Hey guys! Since the legendary fight between the monster and the robot in Fortnite, I was so curious if it would be possible to create a DIY Rock'em Sock'em with these two amazing characters. It's been a while since we created both of them, the monster and the robot, and we need a lot of different materials for this video, for this project. But before, let's have a briefly summarized version of the monster tutorial, because there's a secret included I didn't show you while creating. First, there is, well, the clay, the brown clay color. We coated the aluminum wire, the skeleton, then polar peak, cut in half with... no, not the right tool. Yeah, with the saw of death. It was quite funny to create the backpack of the monster by using the real polar peak I created. And then, this is the secret. While creating the head, I secretly included a magnet in the head because I wanted the head to drop off easily when it gets a hit. And well, because I had the Rock'em and Sock'em thing, this idea in my head since then. And now let's get back to the creation of our machine, of our game we are creating. We need a lot of cardboard, yeah. It was a bit difficult to figure out a good way to start. I have never owned this game, but I was fascinated by it whenever I have seen it. I wanted to create two boxes the same size so that I could place both characters, the monster and the robot, on top. So let's see how to create both of the boxes. It's quite easy by using the hot glue gun. Right now it's my favorite tool of choice when working with cardboard, especially when working with cardboard. Okay, that looks nice. So now let's close this box as well. Nearly the same. And we take the robot and we start working on him. This is the sword. You remember that one? I really used the statue from the Neo Tilted, the map I create, because I wanted it to be as authentic as possible, and we even added some more wool for the electric fog effect on the sword. Okay, now let's start working on the mechanism. These are just some wooden sticks. You can buy them in any hardware store or get them in ice cream packages, for example. I also wanted to briefly summarize how we created the robot. In the case you haven't seen the video, I will link it, of course. Basically, it's just coating the aluminum wire, the skeleton with clay. This model, well, the robot was quite difficult because it contains many different colors. And I also included a secret while creating the robot. You will see that in a minute. We're adding the jetpacks, and then we are removing some clay, and I use the pliers to cut the wire for the arms so that the arms get movable. I think I haven't showed you that in the video. Then we created the head, of course, the cute teddy bear, and the arms are still movable and we can coat them. We have the crocodile and also the robot arm. And then we drill a hole back to the Rock'em and Sock'em creation to make the mechanism work. I'm really excited and curious if it works out the way I think it will hopefully work out. Yeah, okay. So in theory it works. Now let's also remove the other arm and also drill a tiny hole for some wire, and we can stick the tiny wooden plank to it as well for the mechanism, the wooden stick. It also looks nice, especially with the sword. It looks amazing, and we can now stick it to the creation. Ah, look at that! Looks like a real puppet from a puppet show, something like that. Now let's get back to the box, the cardboard box, and we try to get tiny holes Up to this point I have no idea how the mechanism will work, but we will figure out a way, a nice way. So, this video contains a lot of clay, of course. This video is, well, not really sponsored, but I wanted to show you something. This is the starter set. You have seen that before. You can get it on ClayClaim.com. And we have been working hard to make some new products. You just click on all products and you see the advanced sculpting set. You get a lot of clay. You get all my tools. You got even the transparent polish and the liquid clay. Check it out. We have just 30 of these boxes prepared. So we are just basically trying out if you are interested in these kind of boxes. ClayClaim.com. Check out the advanced set. Maybe something for Christmas. This is the bigger ice cream sticks I am using. These will be the buttons, where later while playing you can smash your fingers on some chopsticks, which are always quite helpful. You always should have some chopsticks in your home when creating and doing DIY stuff. And hopefully this works with the straw and the hot glue gun. Now let's shorten this a little bit. Okay, looks nice. Yeah, that was unnecessary. But sometimes, well, these videos are also for my amusement, and while creating, I sometimes come up with silly ideas like drilling holes in cardboard. Don't do that at home, please. Okay, right now I'm not really confident if... No, look at that, it works! We just need a little bit of the hot glue gun to glue the robot onto the cardboard. Ah, that was a little bit too much. Oops. Ah, look at that, it really works! Ah, now I'm confident enough to start working on the monster. Okay, another hole. Yeah, I decided to just go with one arm because it's way longer. If I would have given the monster two movable arms, that would have been a too huge advantage over the robot, and I wanted it to be fair while playing in the game. So I thought the monster has a really, really long arm, but just one is moving, and that's okay. Now another hole for the ice cream stick, and same mechanism as we did it before. Hopefully it works. Just gluing the last piece, and look at that! Ah, that feels satisfying to smash this button. Ah, now they can both work. No, not work, fight. Yeah, somehow fighting is working in a way when you're a soldier, for example. What I'm working on right now are the dividers, so they will just go in between both of them, and we will glue it into a huge box, a box like this, an old eBay box I got. I am not really sure what I bought back then. And we will remove these side parts as well, and then we can use some hot glue gun to make it more stable. I think this is a good structure for the whole set of our game. This is the divider, and we will glue it right in the middle so that both characters are not able to touch each other underneath the cardboard. That would have made it a little bit too difficult for all the mechanisms. And then we take some yellow cardboard, because this is the color from the game. You can just Google it if you don't know how it looks like. Well, or I just Google it for you, and here you can see it right now. Yeah, you have probably noticed it. There is something different in this video. It's the sound. You don't only see what I'm doing, the different working steps, but you can actually hear them. Oh yeah. Well, it's not a huge difference in editing the video and the footage I am recording. I thought it would be just about time to change a little bit some different parts, and you can let me know if you like that. to hear all this sound. It's somehow like ASMR. So for me it's not much work of getting the sound in. Just let me know if you like that or not. I think we should glue some cardboard right there at the end, so that both of the character boxes are not able to move too far. And then we can start painting. I take some acrylic paint. It's yellow, of course, for the set, the main set. And for the character boxes we will also bring in some different colors. You've seen in the original version of the game Rock'em and Sock'em, there is blue and you have red, blue and red team. I thought for the robot it would be nice to paint some parts pink and for the monster some parts bright blue, because these are the colors which are appearing in the creation. We need the chopsticks again. Well, these are different ones. Sorry, Steph, for taking your chopsticks. But you can see that I really needed them. And then we are mixing the colors, the acrylic paint, I told you before. We make the buttons pink, and this is bright blue for the monster. It's the same blue you can see on Polar Peak. It's the icy blue version. Oops, painted the table. Well, now you know where the color comes from when you see all the color on my desk. Now this is the chopsticks, Steph's chopsticks, thank you again. And we will glue them one into each corner. I think there's just one thing missing to have a perfect boxing ring, and this is these lines. Yeah. Can place the characters in position, and then we will wrap around. Oh, it's starting to rain. You can hear that. We should probably also glue the ropes to the sticks. And this is the last one. I'm so excited if it really works, if we can play with it. Now I need someone to play with me. Andy? I hope you enjoyed this version of Rock'em and Sock'em, the classic game with the monster and the robot from the legendary fight in Fortnite. It's quite difficult to play alone. Please let me know which version of the Rock'em and Sock'em I should create next and write it down in the comments. I guess that's it for today. Have a great weekend and take care, guys. Bye! Oh, bye. Bye! As nobody is listening to this. Anyway, 4 seconds into the video, I used the Clash Royale sound from Pancakes, the mini P.E.K.K.A. in reverse.